New leaks of the Google Pixel 11 Pro XL have revealed one of the most detailed looks so far at Google's next big flagship phone, and they point to a significant but subtle design evolution that could define the entire Pixel 11 lineup. The latest. Renders are based on CAD files used in the manufacturing process, and they were shared by Android Headlines in collaboration with well-known leaker OnLeaks. While these aren't official press images from Google, CAD-based renders are typically very close to the final product in terms of size, shape, and overall layout, making them a strong indicator of what we can expect when the Pixel 11 Pro XL launches. Redesigned camera bar. Familiar idea, new execution. One of the most striking changes in these Pixel 11 Pro XL renders is the redesigned camera bar. For years, Google has used a distinctive two-tone camera visor across the back of its phones, making Pixel devices instantly recognizable. With the Pixel 11 Pro XL, that design appears to be evolving into something cleaner, more minimal, and more premium-looking. Instead of a separate contrasting camera visor sitting on a different colored back, the Pixel 11 Pro XL seems to adopt a more unified monochromatic camera bar that runs cleanly across the rear of the phone. The entire back panel and camera module area appear to blend into one continuous color-matched design. This more seamless look should give the phone a sharper, more modern identity while still preserving the iconic horizontal camera strip that has become a Pixel signature since the Pixel 6. The camera lenses remain grouped together in the bar, but the overall structure looks more refined and less segmented. This design approach may also help the Pixel 11 series stand out visually against rivals like Samsung's Galaxy S series and Apple's iPhone lineup, which rely more on individual camera islands rather than a full-width bar. Possible removal of the infrared thermometer. Another notable detail seen in the Pixel 11 Pro XL renders is what isn't there. Previous Pro models featured an infrared thermometer sensor on the back of the phone, positioned near the camera array, which could be used for temperature measurements. In these new CAD-based images, that thermometer appears to be missing. This has led to speculation that Google may be dropping the infrared thermometer entirely for the Pixel 11 Pro XL and possibly the rest of the Pixel 11 Pro range. However, this point should be treated with caution. CAD files primarily capture the physical dimensions and placement of major hardware elements. Smaller sensors and minor components don't always show up accurately, or may be omitted altogether in these types of renders. Until more detailed leaks or official information surfaces, the fate of the thermometer remains uncertain. Dimensions and display. Slightly smaller body, same big screen, according to the leaked measurements. The Pixel 11 Pro XL is expected to come in at approximately 162.7 x 76.5 x 8.5 mm. This would make the new model slightly smaller and potentially a bit more manageable in the hand than its immediate predecessor, while still firmly sitting in the XL or large device category. Despite the marginally reduced physical footprint, the display itself is rumored to remain at 6.8 inches. Google is likely sticking with a 6.8-inch AMOLED panel, which means the reduction in size could be achieved through slimmer bezels, a more efficient internal layout, or subtle changes to the curvature and frame. Users can expect an immersive, edge-to-edge screen experience that continues to prioritize media consumption, gaming, and productivity. While exact display specifications such as resolution, refresh rate, and brightness haven't been fully detailed yet in these leaks, Google's recent Pixel Pro and XL models have consistently offered high refresh rate OLED panels. It would be reasonable to expect a smooth, high refresh screen here as well, likely in the 120 Hz range, along with support for HDR content and advanced color calibration. Tensor G6 at the core. Next-gen Google Silicon under the hood. The Pixel 11 Pro XL is widely expected to be powered by Google's next-generation Tensor G6 chip. Tensor has been at the center of Google's strategy for the Pixel line, enabling advanced on-device AI, enhanced image processing, and unique smart features such as improved voice recognition, live translation, and computational photography tricks. Although we don't yet have full technical details on the Tensor G6, it will likely bring performance and efficiency improvements over the previous generation, while continuing to focus more on AI and machine learning capabilities than on raw benchmark numbers alone. This approach has been consistent across the Tensor lineup and helps differentiate Pixel phones from competitors who rely heavily on Qualcomm's Snapdragon chips. As of now, specifics about RAM and storage configurations remain unclear. However, it's reasonable to expect multiple variants, with higher-end models offering more RAM and storage for power users, creators, and those who want to keep their devices for several years. No signs of a radical hardware overhaul, yet beyond the refreshed exterior and the expected adoption of the Tensor G6, there's currently no strong evidence of a dramatic internal hardware shakeup for the Pixel 11 Pro XL. The core formula looks familiar: a large, high-end AMOLED screen, a robust camera setup enhanced by Google's software expertise, and a custom Tensor processor to power AI-heavy experiences across the system. Camera hardware specifics, such as exact sensor types, megapixel counts, optical zoom capabilities, and ultra-wide improvements, haven't been fully revealed in these CAD-based leaks. Historically, Pixel upgrades often come from a smart mix of modest hardware improvements and major software and algorithmic enhancements. It would not be surprising if the Pixel 11 Pro XL continues this pattern, using the Tensor G6 and new camera, software features to push image quality and video performance even further. Completing the Pixel 11 family picture. These new Pixel 11 Pro XL renders arrive after earlier leaks, showcasing the standard Pixel 11 and the smaller Pixel 11 Pro. Together, these leaks help complete the picture of Google's 2026 non-foldable smartphone lineup. All three models appear to share the same broad design language, with the unified camera bar acting as the main visual anchor across the range. By refining rather than completely reinventing the Pixel look, Google seems to be aiming for a more cohesive brand identity. The Pixel 11, Pixel 11 Pro, and Pixel 11 Pro XL are expected to offer a familiar experience to existing Pixel users, while still looking fresh enough to compete with the latest flagship devices from other Android manufacturers and Apple. Expected launch window. In terms of release timing, the Pixel 11 series is still several months away. Google typically follows a relatively consistent launch schedule for its mainline Pixel phones. Based on that track record, an official announcement around August looks highly likely, with pre-orders and retail availability following shortly after. As more leaks emerge closer to launch, especially around camera specs, new AI features, battery capacity, charging speeds, and software enhancements, we'll get an even clearer understanding of how the Pixel 11 Pro XL fits into the flagship landscape. For now, the CAD renders give us a strong early look at a device that appears to refine Google's design language, modernize the camera bar, and continue the company's focus on AI-first smartphone experiences.